Hello, it's me James and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going through some bugs, glitches, preparation, and some updates before the brand new Vibrant Visuals drop, which is actually called Chasing the Skies. For anyone who doesn't know, that update is due to drop tomorrow from when I'm making this video. So this video should be out later on tonight, so you won't have long to prepare if you haven't prepared already. But there are some illegals we got to go through, some we've got to prepare before the update, and there are a few other stuff as well. So with that being said, let me jump right on into this. First things first, as we like to do, let's kick off with some brand new free stuff available on the store. So if we go ahead and go to one of these, an editing character, if you see this featured items kind of thing right here, there's actually a free item we can download right now, and it is this helmet. So it's Hiccup's Viking helmet, and yeah, you can get that for absolutely free. It actually doesn't look that bad. So, if you haven't got that already, you can get that. Additionally, there's a load of other new items that you can buy. However, I'm just going to be getting the free stuff. Always worth keeping an eye out for the free stuff. I believe that is the only free thing available. So, do make sure you get the Viking helmet, and you should be good to go. I'm thinking what we're going to do is start off by doing some illegals. Now, I believe there are two illegals, that we've got to prepare right now before the update. These are pretty good illegals, and you are going to need some leads. That is correct. You are going to need to get yourself a bunch of leads to make these right now, and yeah, they are going to be cheaper to make in the next update. However, bite the bullet, make some, and get these illegals in your museum ASAP. Let's start off with illegal number 1. For this one, you are going to need an LA, and you're also going to need a bunch of leads. So, regarding this one, I do believe at some time during the Chase the Skies updates, yeah, allies will no longer be able to hold leads. So, if you give a few allies some leads, they will no longer be able to hold them when you update the game. Again, it might be a few updates after the first initial drop, but if you get this done now, you'll have a bunch of illegal allies, because like I said, they will not be able to hold leads anymore. You will not be able to pass them, and yeah. Basically, if you need a bunch of allies as well, I do suggest you use my ally making system. This I made when allies first joined the game. It's a really, really nice little system. You essentially just go like this, and you get these guys to breed, and you can do that as many times as you want. Of course, I've just gave one of those allies the crystal, but basically you want more than 4 in there before you press the system on. You press this boat, and oh, apparently it goes up there now. Well, I'm going to have to make some slight modifications. Maybe this will work. Let me see. And there we go. Although it does get pushed onto the side, it is still slowly coming down. It's supposed to go down there in the water. So I'm going to have to edit this, but essentially it takes them out of the breeding system and brings them down here, which no longer works, which I have no idea why they always mess around with stuff and make it broken. But there we go. That's how to get yourself some allies. Feel free to give the allies some leads, because they will be illegal mobs. Next up is another one to do with leads. Currently, you can put a brick wall down, and you can use a lead to attach to that wall. However, in the Chase the Skies update, in one of the upcoming updates, it is not going to be the case anymore. You will no longer be able to attach leads to walls. So this means there are going to be many different illegals that you can get. You can get pretty much every mob you can attach with a lead to a wall. And to top it off, there are many different variations of walls as well. So there are many combinations of illegals that you can actually get right now in the game, but you won't be able to get in the Chase the Skies update. Again, this one I'm a little bit skeptical about, because I'll be honest, I'm not sure if they are going to detach once you update the game. However, it is definitely worth getting yourself some mobs and attaching them to walls, just in case they stay attached forever. And yeah, in the future, you're definitely not going to be able to attach mobs to walls anyway. In fact, I'm going to get some more mobs right now. I think dogs are a good one because essentially you can have all the different dogs if you want, and you can also sit them down so they're not going to break away, which I think that's quite a good concept for this one. So I'm going to get a few more dogs, and I'm going to do it to the remainder of these walls. So here they come, my dogs. I've got all different varieties, so they are different or going to be different illegals. Essentially, you want to lead them up and attach them to the walls. These are going to be illegal if they do stay after the update. And again, you can get many different varieties of walls, so it's definitely worth doing a few different combinations if you so choose. Me personally, I'm not going to do every single one, but I am going to do a fair few, as you can see. And like I already said, I think it's good to use dogs because, yeah, they can sit down and you can kind of move them where you want. This is going to make a great, easy display to mate. Whereas other mobs, there could be the chance that they move around and eventually come unattached from the leads. So there we have it. I've got all my dogs attached and they do look pretty illegal. Look at that. They look all flashy and weird, so that's even better. So, yeah, the more the merrier, I suppose. So if you've got all the different dogs, go ahead and get yourself a bunch of different illegals. Like I said, this doesn't just work with dogs, though. It works with all mobs that you can lead up. So feel free, if you want to try and get them all, go for it. It is entirely up to you. Just remember to add them to your illegals museum because you won't be able to move them afterwards. Now, of course, preparation is very important for existing worlds when a new update drops. So if you haven't done any preparation yet, I feel like now's the time because we're running out. I literally only started preparing today. So here are 3 things that I've been doing to prepare for the Chase the Skies update. Number 1, I've got myself a bunch of leather, some glass, and some wool as well. The reason being is because we are going to be able to make the gas saddles. I think that's what they're called. And yeah, having the items before you update is obviously going to be a lot easier than having to go searching for all the items once the update drops. So I do believe it is the leather, the glass, and the wool. You can have different colors of wool if you so choose. I just got this off my wool farm, the super OP one, because I've got so many stacks of wool. Again, it's entirely up to you how you get your materials, but I very much would get them ASAP. Next up is another item collection. So you are going to need gas tiers, some soul sand, and some water. This is going to give you a dried gas that you're going to be able to create. So you can get these items simply from a soul sand valley. I'm going to nip there and show you a few tips on how to get them fast. I was able to get these in around about half an hour, an entire stack, and I don't even have a gas farm. Now, if you have a gas farm, lucky you, but some people, like myself, I didn't, and I just used this trick to get 64 really fast. Of course, we are going to need water to dehydrate the dried gas. I think I'm right in saying that. So having some water prepared in buckets is almost definitely going to save you some time anyway. So all of these items are going to save you time because you'll be able to instantly, literally craft the dried gas. Like I said, right now, I'm going to show you a very fast method on how I personally got a bunch of gas tiers without having a farm. First of all, make sure you have a looting 3 sword and a pair of elytra and some rockets. Additionally, you could take some armor and totems of undying. This is always helpful. But definitely get yourself a sword, some elytra, and some rockets. And this is going to be what I would say vital for this quick method I'm about to show you. Next, you are going to want to make your way through to the nether. Now, once you're in the nether, you are going to make your way to the nearest soul sand valley. For me, it's all the way down here. Now, why are we coming to a soul sand valley, I hear you ask? Well, number 1, we can actually grab ourselves some soul sand, allowing us to, you know, make, well, that's soul soil, of course. But yeah, we can grab a load of soul sand from this valley for the dried out gas. This is going to be a really easy place to find some soul sand. But not only that, native to this biome is gas. You are going to find a lot of gas, and if you come armed with an elytra and a sword, you can essentially just fly around and wait for a gas to spawn. And when a gas spawns, go to your sword and literally hit it out of the sky. Now, not every time will it drop a tier, so you will have to wait for another one and do the process again. Technically speaking, you wouldn't even need to fly around all the time. You can just wait for a gas to spawn, and when you locate one, you can fly on down with your rockets and sword and take them out for the tiers. This method is really just as simple as waiting for a ghast. So I'm just going to go up here, so I've got a nice view of the Soul Sand Valley. There is a ghast right now. I'm going to switch to my sword, take out the ghast, and unfortunately that time again we didn't get no tiers, but straight away again another ghast has spawned, so we can fly up, get a little bit of height, and just take out the ghast. And hopefully, did we get a tier that time? Nope, no tiers. But look, so many ghast come in this Soul Sand Valley, so all you have to do is make your way to a Soul Sand Valley and yeah, hopefully kill a bunch of ghast and get a bunch of tiers. I've actually got 4 now, which is really nice. But I'm already stacked out in tiers. I just wanted to show you the method I used to get some tiers really, really quick. The next thing you're going to want to do is collect yourself a bunch of string. Now, you may well have a string farm, or like me, I use my creeper farm as a joint string farm, so I get gunpowder and string. But long story short, you're going to want to get an abundance of string. But why exactly am I going to need an abundance of string? Well, as I mentioned briefly in this video earlier, leads are going to be cheaper. You are no longer going to need slime balls to make leads. So if you have an abundance of string, you can essentially make yourself so many leads when the updates come out, and you won't ever have to make leads again. So there we go. String is all you need. Get a bunch of it ready before the update drops. That way, you're not running around after items that you don't need to when the update drops. So, for the record, I definitely will try and get a bunch of leads to do the illegals before the updates. And once you got your string, just put it in a chest so you can get ready to use it when the update drops. And there are my 3 preparations that you need to do for the Chase the Skies update. Again, if you think I've missed anything really important, let me know in the comments below. Now the update's done, let's get on to a few bugs and glitches. So speaking about leads, one thing that really annoys me is the fact that leads literally have been coming out of my head for, I don't know, so long. Like, it's been the longest of time. Now, I used to be led to believe that I was the only one. However, apparently this is happening, like, more often than people think. A lot of people experience the lead out of the head problem. So if you have this problem, let me know in the comments below. Now, I would really like to see this fix in the Chase the Skies update, because for as long as I can remember, a lead will literally come out of my head. So that means if you have a bunch of leads, every single one just starts to come out of your head, and it's just like, it gets a little bit crazy. You literally can't see, which, I mean, I suppose is a slight problem if you're standing still like this. I mean, how crazy is that? But yeah, Mojang, if you're watching this, please fix the leads coming out of our heads. Please. Next up for the bugs and glitches, I am going to cover the dupes one last time before it may potentially be too late. Now, I haven't seen anything in the patch notes saying they've actually patched them. However, I have noticed more than a couple of times that Mojang will patch stuff and not actually tell us in the patch notes at all. Immortal Pets. Anyway, yeah, let's go through the couple of dupes that you want to use right now before it potentially could be too late. So for the first dupe I'm going to be covering in today's video, remember I am on my realm, and this should work on realm servers and normal worlds. I'm just doing it on my realm for the purpose of the video. I'm going to be covering the stacked dupe, but the crafting table version. This is almost definitely one of the most powerful dupes in the game at the moment. And to simply do this dupe, you are going to need 9 different stacks of items. Alternatively, you can have 9 of the same items. You'll just have to rename them. So say like there was all diamonds, you'd have normal diamonds, diamonds 1, diamonds 2, diamonds 3, 4, 5, 6, and etc, etc. You just have to rename them in the crafting table if you wanted the same item. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to be doing it with all of the same item. Now, some people might not experience this to work in the overworld, so what I tend to do, because it doesn't work for me in the overworld, is go to the nether. That is incredibly important. If you can't get it to work in the overworld, please, please, please go to the nether. Now, once you are in the nether, I probably should have mentioned this before, but you are going to need a crafting table. I would do this version of the glitch. It's a lot more powerful, though other versions of the stacked glitch, maybe a little bit, I don't know, easier, and you don't have to fully exit out of the game. This one you do, although, like I said, it's very, very powerful. You simply want to get all of your items like this, your stackable items, and place them in the crafting table. Now remember, I've got a single item of each of the items in the crafting table here. Now what we're going to want to do is grab any item and fill up our inventory. At this stage, we have a full inventory, the singular items in our inventory, and the full stacks in the crafting table. We are now going to want to force exit out the game. This is going to be different on different devices. However, on Windows, I can tell you it is Alt F4, which is pretty simple. On mobile, you kind of have to slide up and slide away. On Xbox, you have to press a few buttons, and that will be the same as the PlayStation. So bear in mind how you exit out, though this is not time-based. As soon as you placed everything in the crafting table, you can wait as long as you want. You're in no rush. You just simply have to exit out. Remember, I am on my realm for the purpose of the video, so this very much does work on realms. I'm joining the realm right now. I am definitely not here. This is doxing me right now. I mean, it's not doxing me because I'm definitely not here. Definitely not. The doxing realms. And essentially, we've joined back the world in front of the crafting table. So when I open my inventory right now, you can see we've got full stacks of items in my inventory. And when we go ahead and open the crafting table, we also have full stacks of items in the crafting table. You can actually rinse and repeat this method. You just need to store the items that you get in your inventory, just leaving one behind. You can go back into the crafting table, exit out, and it will rinse and repeat. This is an incredibly powerful duplication glitch and definitely shouldn't be slept on because, like I say, you can duplicate 9 different stacks of items at the same time, which is quite good if you want loads of items. Me personally, I don't even duplicate on Simply Survival, so I'm going to be getting rid of all of the duplicated items. And yes, before anyone says, I do know that ancient debris does not burn, but I'm just going to throw it in there anyway. It doesn't matter. And that, my friends, is the stack duplication glitch. I have no idea what's happened to my skin, but yeah, that is the crafting variant, the crafting table variant of the stack duplication glitch. Though there is one more glitch that I would definitely take opportunity of using right now, and of course it is the new bundle glitch. For the new bundle glitch, all you're going to need is a bundle. Now you can use a full stack of items or a number of different items that add up to a stack. Alternatively, you can do one normal non-stackable item and you'll be able to dupe that as well. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to do one full stack of items. Now, we found the best way to do this is this device. A lot of people may have different better ways that they think's better, although from my testing and my experience along with others, this system right here is definitely the best. Not only has it got a collection system for all the items that you will duplicate, but it has got a little lever right here so you can get out your items if you accidentally place them in. Long story short, all it is a bunch of hoppers and chests, and simply when you place in the bundle, it will go round and round and round. All you need to do is wait for it to come round and pull out the items just before it disappears, and you can see the items actually still stay in the bundle. So if you get the timing absolutely bang on right, you will be able to do this over and over again. You can see there I pulled it out a little bit too early, so I can use the lever to safely get the items back in the bundle. The reason we use the lever is because if we try and do it whilst it's going round, like put the items back in, there is a strong possibility we can lose the items. So yeah, I need to make sure that that lever is facing down. We can go ahead and get our bundle again, and we can try this again. Again, once you have the timing pretty much down, so just before it disappears, you can do this every single time really, really easily. So there we go. I think I'll manage to just do that. No, didn't manage to do it. I'm going to try and just reset that one more time. And I'm going to throw my items back in the bundle. Again, I would not overlook that lever system, because honestly, you can lose items. You might think you're saving yourself more time not using it, but believe me, if you lose a stack of items, you could be quite annoyed. But yeah, we're just going to wait for it just so it kind of, just as it disappears. Maybe I did that too quick, actually. Yeah, it's a little bit skill-based, but as soon as you get it down, it's actually quite good. I was able to do this pretty much every time once I had the timing bang on. So as I mentioned, yeah, you can pretty much do this every single time as you get the timing correct. So you're just going to wait for it to go. And I would really just wait for the last minute. That was a little bit early, I can tell. But, well, apparently it wasn't. The items are still in there. So we're going to wait for it to go again. And that might have been too early as well. But no, apparently the items are in there. But you can literally see, you can pull out this. Yeah, definitely that was too early, so I'm going to need to put the items back in the bundle. But you can see I've done 4 stacks now. That's 3 additional stacks to what I started off with. And that, my friends, is the bundle glitch. If you want to build this full thing, I've got a tutorial, which I'll put in the description below. But make sure you use those 2 glitches before they potentially get patched. On to the next glitch. The next one I want to talk about is one I said I'm going to mention every single time until it's fixed, and it just seems like we're being ignored at this point. So, achievements on worlds, alright? They are very important, especially to people that have had long-term survival worlds like myself. I've had this world for over 5 years, and I've done every single achievement on this world. Well, I haven't, because I can't do them anymore. And I have no idea why. So not only can I not get the achievements on my long-term survival world, but I can't get the rewards for the achievements as well. So these items that you can get for free, I can't get them because the achievements don't unlock. I've had this confirmed by other users saying their survival worlds do not work with achievements either, and we have no idea why or when this is getting fixed. I really, really, really do hope that this gets fixed in the Chase the Skies update, because as I keep mentioning, you can literally use add-ons and get achievements now. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. You can literally add add-ons to a world and still get achievements. Make this make sense. All we want to do is have a 100% survival world where we can get achievements with no add-ons, no nothing like that. Yet, the capabilities to get achievements are no longer available. It does not make sense. It's completely unfair and unjust, and it really, really needs to be fixed by the next update, because, to be honest with you, I'm running out of hope. I wanted to get a bunch of achievements, and even if I do the achievements now, I'm just doing them for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the achievement or the reward. So please, 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 Mojang, if you're watching this, please fix that bug. And remember, if you're having issues with that, feel free to upvote the bug report, and that will be in the description below or in the JamFam Discord, which is definitely in the description below. So that's all I'm going to talk about regarding bugs and glitches today. Although, speaking about the JamFam Discord, I have got some news regarding my world download. So, the world download of this world, Simply Survival, will be available as a free download in the JamFam Discord server, link in the description. So make sure you are over there and waiting for that, because it is going to be coming very, very shortly. I was trying to get it onto the marketplace, though, yeah, it just wasn't happening. So I'm deciding to do it for a free link. Maybe one day it will be on the marketplace, but it'll be a free link inside the JamFam Discord server, so everyone on mobile and obviously PC devices can get that. And if you know another way on other devices, feel free to let us know, because ideally I do want this link to be shared out to all devices. You know, I want all devices to be able to download my world, and that was another reason I wanted it on Marketplace. But, yeah, it doesn't matter. There we go. The download will be available very soon. So make sure you are in the JamFam Discord server. That, my friends, is all I've got time for today. Just some preparation and some update information and a few bugs and glitches. But that's all I've got time for. I will do another update when the update drops. I'll catch you guys on the next one.